welcome to my very first Flosstube. My name is Kate and you can find me on Instagram as Crafty Kate. I will put my handle here or down below, depending on how easy editing is for me. So I am a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious filming this. It's not something I've done before, so please bear with me if I come off awkward or get anything wrong. Please bear with me. I also have some notes because without them I would undoubtedly forget everything that I was supposed to say. I'll begin with a little bit about me. So as I said, my name is Kate. I live in North Wales with my fiance, who very recently proposed on Christmas Eve just gone. We've been together for 6 years. We live with our 2 daughters. Our eldest is 9 in 2 weeks and our youngest is 16 months. So it's very busy around here, very loud, and it's just the way that I like it. So for work, I'm very lucky to be able to work from home full-time running my own business. I am a cross-stitch fabric dyer, and some of you may already know me as Fabrics by Crafty Kate. So back in March of 2022, I started a Facebook group to sell some of my hand-dyed fabrics on there, and within 3 months I was able to start up my own website, fabricsbycraftykate.co.uk. And since then the positive response to my hand-dyed fabrics and my little business has just been overwhelming. And honestly, I just want to take this moment to say thank you so much for everyone who has purchased from me in the last 8 months. It really does mean the world that I get to do something that I love. I get to create beautiful fabrics for everybody, and I get to make part of this wonderful hobby that we have. I get to make that my job, pays my bills, enables me to stay home and be with my kids and watch them grow. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single one of you who has purchased from me, or even who has been in contact with me or shared a post, commented on something. With a small business, every single positive response helps me to grow. So thank you very much for that. Hobbies other than cross stitch, I am a big reader. I absolutely love to read. I have been reading fantasy books for as long as I can remember. Some of my favourites are George R.R. Martin, N.K. Jemisin, Robin Hobb. The Fits in the Fall books are just, they're definitely up there as my favourites. Brandon Sanderson as well, he writes some of the best books, as well as fantasy. I'm a big horror and thriller reader, so anything by Stephen King, he is one of my absolute favourites. Joe Hill is another one, Dean Koontz, Clive Barker, all that weird and wonderful scary stuff I absolutely love. I'm also a big gamer, so I play a lot of the cozy games, Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Wildflowers, Cult of the Lamb, all those types of games. And then I also play a lot of the big adventure RPG games, such as Horizon. God of War is a really good one. Ghost of Tsushima is another fantastic one. So in addition to cross stitch, I may mention games and books if they've taken up a lot of my time recently. I also love a good film, a good Netflix show. Who doesn't? So I love all the fantasy ones: Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Handmaid's Tale is another really good one, and Grey's Anatomy has a really, really special place in my heart. I can watch Grey's Anatomy over and over again and cry over and over again, as if you've watched it, I'm sure you will understand. A new one to me is Gilmore Girls. One of my friends mentioned it to me and said, you'll love it. You need coffee, hot chocolate, cozy jumpers, and to just snuggle up and enjoy Gilmore Girls. And I'm on season 2 at the moment, and yeah, I am really, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching this all unfold. So no spoilers, please. I will not ever put any spoilers on here either, so we don't need to worry about that. So back to stitching. My stitchy journey, my mum always cross-stitched when I was little, and she still cross-stitches now, and she's usually who I will chat about when it comes to, oh my gosh, look at this pattern, oh my gosh, look at this pattern, oh my goodness, I need this, hi, it's Christmas soon. And it's really nice to have her to chat to about cross-stitching. For me, I started stitching when I was pregnant with my first daughter. So that would be around 2013, 2014. And I didn't really commit to it. I did bits and bobs, unfinished things here and there, maybe a couple of free kits out of magazines, but I didn't ever really explore it in depth or really get into it. And then after my daughter was born and she started to grow, things got busy, and I put it down again, and then picked it up again properly, I would say around 4 or 5 years ago now. And since then it's been a constant in my life, and it's taken over my life slowly, bit by bit. So yeah, I stitch pretty much every day when I can. Sometimes things will get really busy. I'm also studying a degree with the Open University at the moment, so when assignments are due, I tend to not stitch as much, but I make up for it as soon as I've submitted. So as this is my first Flosstube video, I thought we would start with a WIP parade. I love WIP parades. They are my favourite bit of Flosstube. I've watched a lot. I love the fact that everybody gets into the start of the year and goes, I'm going to get all my WIPs out. I'm going to show you every single one, even if it's got like 4 stitches. It's a WIP. I love being exposed to all the new patterns. Maybe you see something you've never seen before, and different people's different takes on patterns, whether they've changed things up, and yeah, I love WIP parades. And often I feel guilty for the amount of WIPs that I have, and I think I have 16. And then I watch some other WIP parades and I'm like, oh, I don't have that many. I may end up with that many, don't get me wrong, give me time. But yeah, I really, really enjoy a good WIP parade. So let's start with mine. Okay, so my first WIP is A Gentle Rain by the Blue Flower. Now, I recently attended the Jingle Ball in December, and I was very lucky to be able to have a one-on-one chat with Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower, and her designs are just fantastic. I think I love every single one of them. She is just really, really talented, and her connection with nature and the outside world and the flora and fauna that surrounds her is just magical. If you've ever watched her Flosstube, every video she gives you a little bit more information on an animal or a plant that that grows or lives in the area of America that she lives in. And it's just fascinating because I feel like I'm always learning something, and Janine really takes moments to appreciate the beauty that's around her, and I feel like we could all do a bit more of that. So A Gentle Rain. So I have stitched this one 1/1 on 25 count Lugana that I hand dyed, and I just tried to dye it pretty close to the model fabric. Just try and get a bit more light on it there. Now I've made a couple of changes to this one. So down here, Mr. Dog, he is originally brown and black, I think, on the original chart, and I just changed the color of the threads. This is an over dyed thread. It may be Butter Crunch by Weeks Dye. I can't quite remember. I've changed this to make this look like our dog Cooper, and then I just changed the hair a little bit here as well. I think it was originally a red ponytail. So a couple of changes, but I really love how this one is stitching up, and it's definitely one of my favorite WIPs. Excuse me. My second WIP is one of the Little Sheep Virtues by Little House Needleworks, and this is Kindness. This is stitched on 28 count raw linen. I think this called for over dyed threads, but I didn't have them, so I think I just picked some similar DMC colours to stitch this one with. This one I'm hoping to put in my youngest daughter's bedroom. She is she's obsessed with sheep, bless her. She loves Shaun the sheep. She has sheep squishmallows, she has sheep teddies, she's got, yeah, she loves sheep. So I thought this would be a lovely thing to have stitched up in her room. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet. I don't have any finishing skills. I've never finished something other than in a frame. I can just about lace to frame things. But I've never made a pillow or anything like that. So I would like to learn how to finish this maybe into a little pillow that could go on her shelf. That would be quite cute. My third WIP. This one is Space Dragon by, please excuse me if I butcher this, it's by Nadezhda Kazarina, and I started this one as part of the hashtag Kazarina Dragon Sal with Lauren of Cross Stitch Bunny on Instagram, and I think there's quite a few stitches that have joined in with this hashtag now and are all stitching a different dragon design of hers. So this one stitches up really nicely. The colours in this one are really cute. I liked all the lilacs that are mixed in here. There's quite a few blends in there, and the back stitch just really makes it pop. Please excuse my centre mark stitch there. I just realised I've left that in. This one is stitched on 28 count hand dyed even weave. I hand dyed it, so you've got just some blues and darker blues, some more darker grey and black patches in there, just to give it a bit of depth. I think it looks really nice with those colours on that fabric. Next we have, this is a very merry, see the best way to hold this up, there we go, A Very Merry Christmas Town by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and this is so cute. I love this one. I've not worked on it since Christmas, but I'm hoping to get this one finished when I pick it up again for Christmas in July. So I really like this one. It's so cute. I love Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery in general. They have so many cute patterns. I do really enjoy stitching them. My daughter, my eldest daughter, she's just starting to get into stitching properly. So I showed her the Frosted Pumpkin website, and she instantly wanted about 10 different patterns. So I may get her, I may kit one up for her birthday in a couple of weeks as a surprise. This one is stitched on a piece of 28 count even weave by Fabric Flair, and this is Cloud Grey, and it has some really nice sparkles on there as well. My next WIP is a Russian kit. So I'm not entirely sure if the translation I have is correct, but it's the closest I could find. So this one is called Love Radiance by Golden Hands. And this is where I am with this one. This is stitched on 16 count navy Ada, and Grogu is just helping me out there. I love the colours on this one. There are a lot of blends in this one, but especially in the trees, but I think they give it a really good effect. The trees just look gorgeous. So yeah, I can't wait to get this one stitched up more. I bought this one from Arts and Designs. I think originally I saw a picture of this one on Pinterest, and I wanted it instantly, but I could not track it down anywhere for ages. So I think I did a reverse Google image search and found a couple of Russian websites, and then I found Arts and Designs that had it in stock. So yeah, instantly got that for myself. Next up is the Stranger Things black work by Patch It Best Co. on Etsy. By the way, if I do forget to say where something is from and can be purchased, I will try and put the links to most of the designers or websites down below in the description. But if I miss any, please do let me know, and I will I'll add them in. Yeah, so this is the Stranger Things black work by Patch It Best, and this is lovely. I've never done a black work before, so this was a bit of a new experience for me, but I love the little Eggo waffles there. Yeah, I just love the retro feel of this. I love Stranger Things. Stranger Things is really good. Really enjoyed the latest season. So this was a really fun one to start and stitch up. This is 28 count white linen. Yeah, so this is stitched on 28 count white linen. Next on my list is the Love Baby Girl by Bothy Threads. This one should not be a WIP, really. I've just not got round to charting her name. This is for my youngest daughter, and I do just need to chart her name and her birth weight on there, and then I can frame it and put it up in her room. But this one is so cute. All the little, in fact, I think there's a couple more sequins I need to put on this one as well for it to be finished. But I've got most of them, I think, the little lace flowers at the bottom. But this one is especially cute. I love the Bothy designs like this. The back stitch really adds something special to them when they're done. So this one is stitched on, this is a piece of 14 count Ada from Fabric Flair called Dreaming of Sky, and this one has the sparkles on. I don't know how well you can see those, but it's a really beautiful piece of fabric, and I thought it was perfect and a little bit magical for this one. Next up is my first Mirabilia, which initially it didn't go so well. So I'd never done 1/1 skin before, and I decided that it would be a good idea if I started my 1/1 skin at night time under not a very good light. So I stitched quite a bit, and then I think 2 or 3 days later I had to frog it all because it was all in the wrong place, and I don't think it had translated in my brain quite how to do the 1/1, but now I think I've got it. So it was quite a nerve-wracking experience with my first Mirabilia. So I chose, for my first mirror, I chose Blossom, and there isn't a lot here. You'll be beginning to see a trend with my WIPs, is that I stitch a bit, get distracted, stitch something else, get distracted, more shiny things, get distracted. So there's not a lot of progress here. However, the colours in this chart are fabulous. I love them. I love the Nile greens here that go all the way down, the ribbons in her dress, and the purples, the lilacs, the pinks of these flowers. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And then there you can see my teeny weeny 1/1 skin. So this is stitched on 32 count opal Murano that I hand dyed. So there's just some lilacs in here, and some lavenders, some turquoise, and some of the sort of yellowy olivey green lighter patches there. I thought it was a really good fit for the bright contrasting colours in her dress. So I'm really excited to stitch more on her this year. Next we have, this is Luna Mystica by Bella Filipina. She's quite an old WIP, mainly because last time I came to stitch on her I ran out of the, I want to say PB 205 Petite Treasure Braid for her tail, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Nowhere seemed to have it in stock. I do believe at the same time that Cranic was very, very hard to get hold of in the UK as well, so it might have been something to do with supply issues. But she is almost finished. She stitched on 16 or 18 count. See, I've got 18 count written down, but I have a feeling that she might be on 16. I need to double check that. This is a piece of Wedgwood, dyed by the Crafty Kitten, and she is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I've also noticed I've got a loose thread there that's not been finished on the back, so it's popped out, so I fixed that. So I haven't done the 1/1 skin here. This is my first Bella Filipina pattern, but she's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I have a lot of Bella Filipina patterns that I would like to stitch. I do stock them on my website. Drin is just such a wonderful, talented designer. His Fancy Mermaids and Ladies are they're just incredible. But the only problem with stocking Bella Filipina designs is I end up with a chart for me with every order, and I end up wanting to stitch them all. So I have a lifetime supply of Bella Filipina charts, which yeah, I'm very excited. I have a couple that I plan to start this year, maybe with a more successful 1/1 skin experience this time. Next up is a very poorly neglected sal. I love a sal. I love starting a sal. I'm not very good at keeping up with sals. I get drawn in by the new part every month, and it's only small so you can keep up, and then lo and behold I get distracted by shiny cross stitch things once again. So this is the Gnomeville sal by Little Dove Designs, Little Dove Cross Stitch. I'll pop it down below because I'm not 100% sure which one it is. This is my little Gnomeville Sal start. Look at him, all lonely, without even a nose. Poor Nomi. I have neglected him. I have neglected him. However, this is so, so cute. I love this Sal, absolutely love this Sal. So I am definitely going to finish this one this year. Hopefully by my birthday so that I can have a new birthday start. But yes, little Nomi needs some love. This is, I should probably tell you what it's stitched on. He is stitched on 32 count even weave. Yep, 32 count even weave in a mimosa green. It's a really sort of, yeah, really light, nice light green. It's really nice fabric. So hopefully Nomi will not be feeling so neglected by the time my next Flosstube comes out. My next WIP is, let's see if I can get it the right way up first time. That would be good. That would be really good. So my next WIP is Mother's Care version 2. Big boo. By Nadia Gavrilenkova. Now, if you've not seen her designs before, they are fantastic. She has a deal with an artist, or maybe she's friends with the artist who creates these dragons, and then Nadia just creates the most beautiful charts from her artwork. And honestly, they're just fantastic. And I want to stitch all of them, every single one. This one I thought was really, really nice because there are two baby dragons sort of curled up and protected by Mum, and I thought that this would be a really, really nice pattern to represent me and my two girls. Yeah, Ella, my daughter Ella, my eldest, she's really into fantasy, dragons, all stuff like that. So obviously she was like, "Oh, Mum, that's amazing! Stitch it for me." So yeah, it's just beautiful. The attention to detail in these charts is just fantastic. This one is stitched on, I'll tell you now, 32 count linen, and this is hand dyed by me. So there's some, it's not showing up quite as purple as it is in real life, but it is a deep purple with some greens and blues and a really, really nice plummy background for this one. I'm really, really enjoying this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern to stitch. My next WIP is by, I'm gonna again butcher another name. I really should have googled this before I started filming so that I knew how to say this. So Kwa Ibati Kwa. Please, by all means, if I have majorly butchered it, please let me know in the comments so that I can then say this correctly, because that would be nice, and I don't want to cause any offense to anyone by saying it wrong. But this is the beautiful, beautiful stitching in quilt. This is on a piece of 28 count even weave in the colour Mushroom from Fabric Flair. Now this is one of my oldest WIPs. It may even be my oldest WIP, and there are problems. Problems have happened. Things have happened. This WIP has seen some things. So during the course of this WIP's life, it has somehow got a nice rip there. Children may have been involved. Moving house may have been involved. I'm not sure, but this WIP has seen some things, like I said. And it's become apparent that when I kitted this up, I did not leave border space. So there's about, I would say about a centimetre there between the actual start of stitching, and then this this no detergent warning here from Fabric Flare. So I'm thinking that I may just finish this top section here, this top sort of, finish this border across, finish a needlework stand, and then finish a border down, and then I may just frame or finish this section into a flat fold, or maybe a cushion or something. However, because I don't know how to finish things, it's not something that I've done, as I think I said before. I have no idea how much extra fabric I would need on the edges to be able to finish that and for it to, you know, look nice and look effective. So please, if you have any advice for me, if you are really good at finishing, if you have made a major boo-boo like I have with not leaving enough border space, and you have successfully saved it, then please do let me know, because right now I need all the help I can get with this one. So yeah, if you have any tips on what I can do with this one, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm a bit unsure, and it seems such a shame to not do anything with that section, because it is really pretty. So yes. And then my last WIP, my last WIP that I have to show you, I do have a couple more WIPs. I think one of them is on a massive frame, and before filming I didn't want to take it off. I didn't want to take it off the frame because it's huge. And then I do have another one, but I have a feeling it's in the bottom of a storage box somewhere that's been left over from when we've moved. So I will try and root that out later on this year. So my last WIP for now, and my most recent start, is the Farming Magic Cell by Flossy Fox Shop. And I love Flossy Fox Shop patterns. Andrea is a genius. If you are into pixel art or anything cute, retro gaming, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Mario, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, any of those kind of things, or if you're just into really cute, witchy, spooky kitten vibes, Andrea at Flossy Fox Shop is the designer for you. She makes the most adorable, colourful, pixel style patterns. They are absolutely fabulous. She does also have a Patreon, which I'm a member of. So, and she just makes the most adorable freebies. She makes the most adorable Patreon patterns, and yeah, she's just great. She's very, very responsive on Instagram as well. So if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to message. She's lovely. So thank you, Andrea at Flossy Fox Shop. So this is the Farming Magic Cell. Part 1 came out in January, and I mean, he's not, the cow's not even finished, and look at the little tail. Honestly, I only started this a couple of days ago, so there's not a lot of stitching been done, but I cannot wait to get this one stitched up. And this one runs one part every month until, I think the last part is August of this year. So if you want to start, you have time to catch up. I will pop Flossy Fox Shop's details down below so you can go and have a look. This one is stitched on a piece of 28 count even weave that I hand dyed, and there's just, it's not showing up very well. There we go. Try and get it in the light a bit. So it's just a sort of mix of blues and greens and some tans and some yellows. And I thought it was a sort of neutralish pastel background for a nice magical farm. So that's all my WIPs. Thank you for joining me if you are still here. I do really appreciate it. This has been fun. So yeah, if you would like to see more of me and keep up with what I'm stitching, Potentially there will be shop updates and fabric launches in the future for new colourways and things for my website. So if you'd like to keep up with all of that, then please subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me.